I can remember our courtship was defined by Kathy putting ink, all this coloured paint across it, and terrifying me because I didn't see, you could just be this little bit out.
I mean, they're quite big screens, aren't they, Anne? But I mean, they're quite big. Very big. They would stand probably taller than I am. Yes. Because you always had to have at least a sort of foot either end of, in order to get the die up. Yes. And they could be anything like that wide, really. But they're made out of aluminium box section and incredibly light, but tough. I mean, that was the extraordinary thing. And then once you printed them, there was this wonderful. Did you make it, Finn? That sort of sink thing that we just plunked the screens in and I sprayed them down.
I told me, yeah.
Yeah, it was a sort of fiberglass thing.
I was deeply
and I just spray it all down and doing all these.
Did you copyright the designs?
Yes, we tried to, yes. But I mean, it's very difficult to design copyright. People make tiny changes to it and still.
Actually, funny enough, not many people did copy. Not many people, though.
Not many, but we did have some.
There was one or two.
There was a firm in South Africa, I think.
Was there? You sold in America. In Boston, there was a shop. Somebody set a shop up.
American agent.
American agent, that was it. Yes.
3 people in the States.
And is there an archive of all your designs? Is there somewhere?
Not a full one. I've probably got Janet and I between us. I've probably got quite a lot.
How many is that?
How many designs? We were up to sort of 400s and things.
Because I got to you were doing you were in the 70s then, but then it was gosh, it went.
We'd have to look at a recent catalogue and see what number it is.
I don't know if this is the last one. This is 19.
Should we pass those?
That's 1991.
That's not. Well, they'll probably change the numbers after we.
They might have done. So I don't know whether there'd be anything. No, they didn't have any numbers on those. But
so the present Cloth Kit's owner, is she using your designs?
She's doing new ones. There doesn't exist a full archive. She wanted me to redo the first one, but I can't find a non-washed kit. I've got made up ones.
It's one or two. I mean, obviously that doll kit is virtually the same as.
Yes.
Exactly the same.
My ball, because I haven't got any cloth kit.
But that's exactly that kit, actually.
If you try and buy a vintage doll on eBay, it was going for £45.
Really?
Yes. So I haven't got one. Heather, do you want to show us your things?
The clothes, all the original Cloth Kit's clothes made up. And these 2 bed covers, or I had them as cot quilts. And there's an autumn and a summer design, which are really nice. And I've kept them if I ever have grandchildren. But I think the lovely thing about Cloth Kit's was, we were in Edinburgh, and I had my first child in 1973, and I saw a Cloth Kit's kit advertised for a baby grow. And all you could get then, as you said, was lemon or pale pink or pale blue. And the ones from Cloth Kit's were bright orange and turquoise. And I bought one of each and made it up and had my baby in these in Edinburgh. And people were really quite amazed at the colours. I think the grandparents thought they were rather odd. But as a result, when we moved to Lewis, quite a few years later, the only thing I knew about Sussex was Cloth Kit's and Lewis. And we were recently on the Isle of Egg, in fact, and the tourists in the next house to us said, "Where do you come from?" We said Lewis, and they instantly said, "Cloth Kit's." So Cloth Kit's and Lewis have become synonymous. And if anyone wants to look at the dolls,
can you show us those? Because all those dresses, you kind of know these dresses that you've got there.
What's these ones?
Yes.
Well, I mean, they're little negligee.
Oh, Heather, could you bring them to the front? The people in the
No, but these are just made up, so she's wearing a negligee. So look, there's dungarees, shirt, sun hat, dress with matching knickers, another little sundress, what was that, skirt, little waistcoat.
That's a Tutti Frutti one.
Tutti Frutti, yes, that was a nice one.
There we go.
More Tutti Frutti, I think, yes, and little waistcoats again.
It's like on a kit.
I think, yes, I think my daughter probably.
Yeah. There's never a doll's one other than the set.
For the people in the gods, this is the witch quilt.
Well, that's the summer, and this is the sort of autumn.
Autumn. Is there a winter?
I don't know.
Poppy's on that one. And also then
is there anybody else in the audience that's got any memories or work for the company that would like to say something?
My son was a model.
Come on, come to the front and tell us. Is he in the catalogue?
Oh yes.
Which one?
Yes, I've only got
We
one.
have a model's mother.
He's in that one.
Yes.
Oh,
Which is it?
Yes, we actually managed the back cover. And it was just as you know. How did they find it? Walked in the shop and would you like to size? And then the photograph was taken and suddenly you were, you know, invited. And the thing I remember most was going down to Birling Gap and there was the horse. He was on this horse over the water. I think it's in this one. I know, it's absolutely. Oh yes, and there was one. Oh yes, there is gay. And then we had Anita Elderkin, design director. There's lots of pictures of her with. Anyway, the best thing was you were given all the. It wasn't the negatives, was it? It was the positives afterwards. So I mean that was lovely because we didn't take photographs. The most significant thing I remember was that there were several little models from Southover School, and the work was during the school week, and Mr. Parks didn't seem to mind at all. As his secretary, and I remember one day he rushed up to me after school and he said, "Oh, I must just tell you this." He said, I made an announcement in assembly this morning. All children are to wear their sweatshirts tomorrow for harvest. He said, and Joel William put his hand up and said, Mr. Perks, does that include models? And I thought that this was the end, but perhaps we better give it up.
Ever bringing home all the clothes. Needs a wash and wear test, this one. So they just carried on coming, you know, they as they grew, and all these little clothes kept appearing, and we'd try and test them, wash them and keep them. I mean, and wonderful.
That's how I got spotted in Cool Food. The t-shirt that my daughter would obviously have would have been a Glovekits t-shirt, and it happened to be a striped one. So when I put it on her, the woman who was pestering my husband saying, "I know you're a wife," 2 and 2 together, and that was it. It was Glovekits. She just knew it. So it was bizarre. So we had the same wash tests on the knitwear was incredibly important actually. And she had to bring it in now and again and measure it.
How that are tried out?
Yes.
How long before you wash tested it? For how long before it was launched?
Well, actually, it didn't really happen like that. That was the excuse that, you know, we did sometimes. Samples and things.
It was,
yes, it did. But there were a lot of sample ones, prototypes and things that were made up, and they needed to be sort of tried on and, you know.
Have you kept anything?
Unfortunately not, no.
Well, you're welcome to come upstairs or stay down here and we can look at the magazines, but I'd like to thank Cathy really very much for presenting tonight. Thank you. The money that you've donated is going to breast cancer research, because Ness who was going to present, her aunt died recently, so thank you for that. That's where it will go.